Well, good morning, everyone. Enjoying a great cup of coffee here early this morning. It's great to be back with you for another Morning Musings. My name is Don K. Preston. I am the president of Preterist Research Institute of Ardmore, Oklahoma. I'm sharing with you some thoughts to define the nature of the day of the Lord. I was raised, like most of you, believing that when you see the term, the day of the Lord, and you know the coming of the Lord on the clouds of heaven with a shout and flaming fire and the heaven and earth being destroyed, well, it just has to be the end of time. What I didn't realize at that time was that I was not thinking in Hebraic thought patterns. I wasn't thinking in ways consistent with the genre of literature that the Hebraic writers used to describe the day of the Lord. So I'm sharing with you some of my thoughts, and let me reiterate that in my book, Like Father, Like Son on Clouds of Glory. Now what I'm going to share with you this morning, I discuss extensively in this book, and if you mention this book or that you saw the offer on YouTube, I'll pay shipping unless it's overseas. I'm sorry, but shipping overseas, if you can help out with overseas shipping, I'll be glad to give you a discount on the book. Just contact me and we'll work it out. But Like Father, Like Son on Clouds of Glory. If you live in the States, I'll be glad to sell you a copy. I'll pay shipping. But you have to mention that you saw the offer on YouTube. Some of you have already taken advantage of the offer. I appreciate that very much. Okay, one of my very favorite texts to help define the day of the Lord, is Isaiah 34. Boy, this is graphic stuff. And for time's sake, I'm just going to have to hurry. But in Isaiah 34, the indignation of the Lord is against all of the nations, his fury against all of their armies. He has utterly destroyed them. He has given them over to the slaughter. Now notice down here, the mountains shall be melted with their blood. All the host of heaven shall be dissolved, and the heavens shall be rolled up like a scroll. All their host shall fall down as the leaf falls from the vine, as fruit falling from a fig tree. Well, it just has to be the end of time, right? The mountains haven't melted with blood, and the constellations haven't been dissolved. The heavens haven't been rolled up like a scroll, right? Well, that's what it sounds like. But notice verse 5. For, see, this ties this together grammatically. For my sword shall be bathed in heaven. Indeed, it shall come down on Edom and on the people of my curse for judgment. Look at verse 6. The Lord has a sacrifice in Bozrah, and a great slaughter in the land of Edom. Now, watch this. All the land shall be soaked with blood, verse 7, their dust saturated with fatness. It is the day of the Lord's vengeance, the year of recompense for the cause of Zion. That is Edom, its streams shall be turned to pitch, its dust into brimstone. Its land shall become burning pitch. It shall not be quenched night or day. Its smoke shall ascend forever. From generation to generation it shall lie waste. No one shall pass through it forever and ever. Whew! Well, again, it just has to be the end of time, right? But remember, it specifically is talking about Edom. Now notice, catch this, the land will be turned to pitch and burn forever and ever. Oh, but wait. Verse 11. The pelican and the porcupine shall possess it. The owl and the raven shall dwell there. And he shall stretch out over it the line of confusion and the stones of emptiness. They shall call its nobles, these are Edom's nobles, to the kingdom, but none will be there. And all its princes will be nothing. Thorns will come up in its palaces, nettles and brambles in its fortresses. It shall be a habitation of jackals, a courtyard for ostriches. The wild beast of the desert shall meet with the jackals. The wild goat shall bleat to its companion. Well, pretty clearly, none of that's happened. Oh, by the way, just from a literalistic perspective, this would be self-contradictory if we interpreted this text literally. I mean, after all, you got the rivers turning to pitch, and you've got the dust turning to pitch, burning day and night forever and forever, from generation to generation. But then, at the time that the earth, the dust, is burning day and night forever and ever, at the same time that the streams are burning day and night forever and ever, you have animals living there, and thorns and thistles living there, and Bedouins, as it goes ahead to say, Bedouins making their tent there. Are we talking about asbestos animals? Asbestos Bedouins? Asbestos fireproof thorns and thistles? You see the problem? I mean, there's just simply no way to take this language literally. This is what is known as apocalyptic language, metaphoric language. It's sometimes called decreation language because it sounds like the total dissolution of heaven and earth, when in fact, that cannot be what it's talking about. Well, hey, you know what? That's part 1 on Isaiah 34 and the destruction of Edom at the day of the Lord. We'll pick this up in our next segment, Lord willing, on Monday. In the meantime, hope you have a fantastic weekend. Hope you have the opportunity to worship and to serve the Lord. We'll see you on the flip side.